Welcome to Electrical LOTO Authorized Affected Training. Training objectives. At the end of this course, you should understand the purpose of lockout/tagout, LOTO, review previous incident and lockout/tagout violations, know your responsibilities under the Veritiv lockout/tagout program, be able to identify various types of primary and stored energy sources, understand the Veritiv lockout/tagout program requirements, be able to perform lockout/tagout safely and in accordance with procedures. The purpose of lockout/tagout is to prevent injury during servicing and/or maintenance due to the unexpected energization or startup of machines, equipment, or processes, or the release of stored energy. Servicing or maintenance includes activities such as constructing, installing, setting up, adjusting, inspecting, modifying, cleaning, lubricating, unjamming or repairing machines or equipment. At Veritiv, our machine operators, assistants, and maintenance personnel perform servicing and maintenance on a daily basis. A maintenance team member was called in to clear a jam from a Mosca strapper unitizer. The maintenance team member requested the operator to press the button to cycle the equipment. The operator pressed the button twice instead of once. The clamps closed on the maintenance team member's finger. This resulted in partial amputation with his finger because lockout/tagout was not utilized. Here are the most common lockout/tagout mistakes employees make. 1. Not using lockout for a job that will take a few minutes. 2. Ignorance towards use of multiple lockout procedure when more than one employee is working. 3. Leaving the keys in the lock while performing lockout. 4. Asking some other employee to shut off the machine and lockout devices for them. 5. Performing maintenance by just locking out control circuit and not verifying the lock of main disconnect or switch. 6. Not following the written procedure for lockout. Everyone must use their own lock. No exceptions. Everyone in production plays a role in the lockout/tagout program. It is important for coworkers to understand what they are responsible for. Authorized lockout/tagout coworkers are responsible for following correct lockout/tagout procedures. If you do not understand a lockout/tagout procedure or have an issue with it, ask for help. Let's go over roles and responsibilities. Managers and supervisors. Ensure all coworkers that perform lockout/tagout are competent and trained, are knowledgeable in lockout/tagout operations applicable to their area of responsibility. Enforce all lockout/tagout requirements and procedures. Lead lockout/tagout incident investigations. Authorized lockout/tagout coworkers. Complete all required lockout/tagout training. Follow all lockout/tagout procedures and requirements. All coworkers, be aware of lockout/tagout operations taking place in their areas. Never remove a lockout/tagout lock or tag that is affixed to equipment. Lockout/tagout applies when employees are performing servicing or maintenance, and there is a potential for injury from unexpected startup or release of stored energy. Common examples requiring lockout/tagout: maintenance activities, jam clearing setup, entering an open-close style of machine, before a guard or safety device is removed, before placing any part of your body in or near a machine's point of operation, anytime an individual places any part of their body into the danger zone. The danger zone includes the point of operation, or an associated danger zone exists during a machine operating cycle. Definitions. Affected coworker. A coworker who does not perform lockout/tagout, but who is required to use machines or equipment on which servicing is performed under lockout/tagout, or who performs other job responsibilities in an area where such servicing is performed. Authorized coworker. A coworker who locks or tags machines or equipment in order to perform servicing or maintenance. Energized. Machines and equipment are energized when they are connected to an energy source or they contain residual or stored energy. Servicing and/or maintenance. Workplace activities such as constructing, installing, setting up, adjusting, inspecting, modifying, maintaining, and/or servicing machines or equipment, including lubrication, cleaning or unjamming of machines or equipment, and making adjustments or tool changes where individuals could be exposed to the unexpected energization or startup of the equipment or release of hazardous energy. Types of hazardous energy. Primary energy equals main energy sources to a machine or piece of equipment. Stored energy equals residual energy that remains in the system after shutdown of primary energy sources. Energy types. Electrical, mechanical, pneumatic, hydraulic, thermal, chemical, gravity. The 7-step lockout-tagout procedure applies to servicing and maintenance of all machines. The only exception is this. Lockout-tagout does not apply to cord and plug-connected equipment if the equipment is unplugged and the plug is in the exclusive control of the coworker performing service. Here are the 7 steps to apply lockout/tagout. 1. Notify. Notify all affected personnel that you are about to perform LOTO. 2. Prepare. Review the equipment-specific lockout/tagout procedure to identify all the sources of energy and the lockout points. 3. Shut down. Turn off the equipment using the normal method. 4. Isolate. Disconnect or isolate all sources of energy. Follow the equipment-specific procedure. 5. Apply LOTO. Apply your assigned locks and completed tags. 6. Dissipate. Bleed down, dissipate, or block any stored energy sources. 7. Verify. After ensuring that no personnel are exposed, attempt to start the equipment to make certain that it will not turn on or move. Caution: return operating controls to neutral position after the test. The equipment is now locked out. Servicing or maintenance may commence. Important terminology. Zero energy state, ZES. Usually achieved with personal padlocks and identification tags. Example, main panel, labeled E1. Intermediate energy state, IES. Usually achieved with a key switch in the machine control circuitry. Example, operators lock out. Zero energy state, ZES. When to use zero energy state? Performing installs. Electrical maintenance. Machinery maintenance. Servicing equipment. Removing bolted guards. Verify the equipment is de-energized. All stored hazardous energy has been bled down, dissipated, or blocked off, and the machinery has been locked out and blocked to zero energy state. Operator lockout means that you don't completely shut down and lock out all energy sources. Instead, there's an alternative procedure to lock out a portion of the machine in a way that keeps the operator safe from all energy sources, but still allows him to complete his job. Operator lockout procedures must be written and formally approved. You may not make up your own operator lockout procedures on the spot. At Veritiv, we refer to the IES as operator lockout. Operator lockout means that you don't completely shut down and lock out all energy sources. Operator lockout is used as a means of protection during routine and repetitive activities, provided that these activities do not expose coworkers to injury. Operator procedures may also be developed for jog power activities, where the introduction of energy is integral to the task being performed. Operator lockout or IES procedures must be written, equipment-specific, approved, and posted to equipment. IES examples. Minor servicing activities that takes place during normal production when alternative effective protection is used. Hanging printing plates or installing cutting dies, IES procedures. Use special tools to remove a part which would keep their body out of the area, lockout would not apply, and the machine is not running. Note, the team member is not in the line of fire, not clearing a major jam with their hands or timing the machine. Example of an equipment-specific LOTO procedure. After lockout, tagout, restart procedures. When the job is complete and equipment is ready to be restored to power, check that all personnel and tools are cleared from equipment. Ensure guards have been restored. Ensure all LOTO devices are removed by their individual owners. Notify affected personnel that the equipment is ready for operation. Special situations. Group lockout tagout. If more than one coworker works on the equipment, a hasp or other lockout adapter must be used so that all coworkers can apply their locks. Personnel changes in the middle of a job. If there is a personnel change in the middle of a job, The coworker who is leaving should remove his/her lockout/tagout device, and the new coworker should perform lockout/tagout with his/her own lock and tag. Procedure when work is left unfinished. If work goes overnight or through a weekend, all locks, tags, and other safety warning devices must be left in place. If work is suspended for more than a weekend, the equipment or machinery must be tagged as out of service, permanently disconnected from all energy sources, and must have its cover and access panels reinstalled. All locks and other tags must be removed. If you do not have the correct locks or enough locks, see your supervisor. Do not complete lockout, tag out without the appropriate locks. Each person should have the proper number of locks to be able to perform lockout/tagout according to the procedure. Locks should have the coworker name and photo. Red locks are required. There should only be one key that opens each lock. That key should be with the coworker who uses that lock. These are examples of some energy isolation devices that may be necessary to correctly perform lockout/tagout. Make sure you have these devices available before you try to perform lockout/tagout. Never cut another coworker's lock off. A permit must be completed by a supervisor and approved by a manager first. When a coworker leaves the facility and does not remove his/her lock, the responsible supervisor must complete a lock removal permit to ensure. Attempts were made to contact the coworker. There is no one working in or near the equipment. The equipment is safe to be returned to service. The plant production manager has approved removal. No one should ever remove another person's lock unless this permit has been completed. Zero tolerance policy. Due to the serious nature and potential for severe injury or fatality, SIEF, associated with lockout/tagout violations, Veritiv has a lockout/tagout zero tolerance policy, which is posted to the safety website. The following disciplinary measures will be applied in the event of a lockout/tagout violation. First offense, a first lockout/tagout offense may result in termination unless deemed non-terminable by Veritiv. In the event that the incident is deemed non-terminable, Veritiv will determine the appropriate level of punitive action, if any. First offense violations will remain in the coworker personnel file for 12 months or for the time period specified in an applicable collective bargaining agreement, CBA. Terminated first offense coworkers are not eligible for rehire. Second offense. A second LOTO offense will result in immediate termination. Terminated second offense coworkers are not eligible for rehire. Any manager or supervisor that fails to enforce LOTO procedures or policy and/or fully investigate a LOTO violation is subject to disciplinary action. Following this classroom training, authorized coworkers will be asked to complete a hands-on evaluation to demonstrate that they understand LOTO procedures and can safely lock out a machine. LOTO procedures, training and audit to be completed annually by supervisors observing employees performing LOTO at the ZES or IES. Thank you for participating in this monthly training. If you have any questions, please reach out to your regional safety manager, as they will be glad to answer any questions you might have. Have a safe and productive day.